In the last session, we discussed the importance of developing flexible thinking and understanding when teaching fractions, and learned how fair share problems meet this goal. Today, we will model another method of developing students' fraction sense, the number line routine. We have already thought about fractions as part of a whole. In this session, we will think about how to develop students' understanding of fractions by teaching them about the connections between this part-whole relationship and fractions as a number on the number line. This model is also a critical aspect of the foundational standards in grade 4. Use 0 to 2 number lines to represent relative fraction magnitude for fractions less than 1, equal to 1, and greater than 1, as well as mixed numbers. To become familiar with what a number line routine looks like, we will watch a short video of the routine in action. As you watch the video, jot down notes about how the teacher organizes and facilitates the number line routine. Then use your observations to inform your planning for introducing this routine in your classroom.
In the upper grades, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, you're really going to use this a lot with fractions. So I'm going to go back to my 0, 1, and 2. I'll probably start with 0, and then I'll ask someone to put 1 on the board. Typically, students in the upper grades, before you've done any fraction work, they'll put 1 right here. But in our case, I may say, our scale is actually from 0 to 1. And then I go, pick a number that falls in between 0 and 1. Low floor, high ceiling. Someone might say a half, someone might say a fourth, but you might have students that might try to stretch it and say 327 thousandths, testing their fractional or decimal knowledge. And so then I hand it to the students. Okay, there's a great benchmark here. Where would this one go? Okay, it's the halfway point. And again, I may change it on them partway through. What if I changed my scale, not from 0 to 1, but from 0 to 2? Now, is the half in the right spot? Someone come on up and fix where the half would go in this number line from 0 to 2. And again, the class is going, no, it needs to go that way. Why? Because 1 is the halfway point. So they're pointing, they're all participating. It's hard to tell when you're up here exactly the scale. So the class really gets to be the perspective because they can see it better than the person at the board. You might also notice that there are, again, different representations. You might also have ones where students fill in and color how many, and they have to decide how much. Would I do this all in one day? Not at all. I would start with something basic. Probably start with just the whole numbers and getting them practicing with being precise, attending to precision, talking about more or less, introducing vocabulary like greater than or less than. I might say what is in between. I might say what is the midpoint or what would be halfway. And all of those are building up to working with the numbers that we need for class. So again, you're choosing the numbers based on what you're seeing in your student work, which numbers they need practice with, the type of addition and subtraction problems you might be using in class. But clothesline math is a wonderful way to build number sense in a very low stakes way. A quick tip that you might want to know is if you have a magnetic whiteboard, I like to use these little clips. I'll tie it onto my clothesline, and that way when I don't need my clothesline for the day, I'll just move it over to the side of my board, and when I need my clothesline, I pull it out for the day, so it's on the ready.
To get a sense of how students may respond to this activity, you will read a transcript of a classroom engaging in the number line routine. Use the link below and scroll down to the Dropping into a Classroom section. While you read the transcript, consider the following questions. What mathematics came up for students as they engaged in the routine? What big ideas are they exploring? How were student voices and ideas honored? What interesting mistakes did students make, and how were they treated? This is the end of part 2 of 3 of the session.